Call the regular city council meeting to order. July 12, 2022 at 7:02 p.m. Start with pledge allegiance. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alderman Johnson.
Present.
Alderman Fairlaw.
Here.
Alderman Frida. Alderman Montoya.
Here.
Alderman McGee.
Present.
Alderman Carr.
Here.
Alderman Roll.
Here. Thank you. We need a motion to approve the city council minutes from June 29th, 2022.
So amended it, subsection G, it should be motion by Alderman Roll, second by Alderman Fairlawn to award the bid to R&E Court for 13826 Chatham. Right now it shows the address of 141st Street. And then also on the last page of the report shows the next meeting is being July 12th, so we'll amend that to next meeting date.
Good. Any other change? Motion. Motion by Alderman Roll, second by Alderman Johnson on the question. Not clerk, please take roll.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Fairlaw.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya.
Aye.
Alderman McGee.
Aye.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
6 ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Do we have any public comment? Any public comment?
Good evening. My name is Rena Herrera, and I am an intern with the Citizen Advocacy Center at Amherst, Illinois. We were sought out by a resident of Blue Island regarding Blue Island City Council meetings and 2 potential Open Meetings Act violations. First, it was recently brought to our attention that your website does not include a list of scheduled dates and times for all City Council meetings for the calendar year. Section 2.03 of the Open Meetings Act provides that each body subject to this act must, at the beginning of each calendar or fiscal year, prepare and make available a schedule of all its regular meetings for such calendar or fiscal year, listing the times and places of such meetings. Additionally, section 2.02B of the Open Meetings Act states a public body that has a website that the full-time staff of the public body maintains shall post notice on its website of all meetings of the governing body of the public body. Any notice of an annual scheduled meeting shall remain on the website until a new public notice of the schedule of regular meetings is approved. Because Blue Island is a public body covered by the Open Meetings Act and has a website and full-time staff that maintains that website, not posting an annual schedule of regular meetings violates sections 2.03 and 2.02B of the Open Meetings Act. As a matter of policy, posting a listing of dates and times makes it more convenient for citizens to find and thus allows a better chance of citizens actually appearing at meetings and providing public comment. Transparency is key for any community, and anything to increase civic engagement will contribute to more voices being heard and will also allow you as city council members to better serve your community if citizens actually voice their opinion. It was also brought to our attention that aldermen are at times participating remotely for city council meetings without adequately informing the public of a reason why. Specifically, Blue Island posted on its YouTube channel recordings of city council meetings. The recording of the city council meeting on May 10th, 2022 showed Alderwoman Carr was physically absent from the meeting and appeared to be participating via Zoom. Section 7A of the Open Meetings Act sets forth that if a quorum of the members of the public body is physically present as required by section 2.01, a majority of the public body may allow a member of that body to attend the meeting by any other means if the member is prevented from physically attending because of 1, personal illness or disability, 2, employment purposes or the business of the public body, or 3, a family or other emergency. Other means by video or audio conference. Section 7B of the Open Meetings Act states if a member wishes to attend the meeting by other means, that member must notify the recording secretary or clerk of the public body before the meeting unless advance notice is impractical. Section 7C states a majority of the public body may allow a member to attend the meeting by other means only in accordance with and to the extent allowed by rules adopted by the public body. Alderman Carr was already logged onto the meeting before the meeting began, and at no point when the meeting was called to order did Alderwoman Carr state she was not able to be physically present due to either personal illness or disability, employment purposes or the business of the public body, or a family or other emergency. It could very well be that Alderwoman Carr was participating virtually for any of these reasons. However, there's nothing from the recording to indicate that Alderwoman Carr informed the recording secretary or clerk of the public body before the meeting. Nor is there anything to indicate that providing advance notice was impractical. From the public's perspective, no reason was communicated at all, which is a violation of Section 7 of the Open Meetings Act. Again, as a matter of policy, the more transparent a public body is, the more likely that citizens will actually participate in local government. It is common knowledge that civic engagement has decreased and political apathy has increased within the last several decades. Phil Farben, author of Democracy Without Participation, A New Politics for a Disengaged Era, notes that within the last 2 decades, there have been countless studies by political scientists documenting a decrease in civic engagement and political participation. Farben states that in the U.S., turnout in midterm and presidential elections continues to be low, with only 55% of voters casting a ballot in the 2016 presidential election and 36% doing so in the 2014 midterms. The decline is also most noticeable in younger people, especially 18 to 24-year-olds, with only 10% turning out during this time. The Knight Foundation emphasizes this point in their study of civic engagement, where they surveyed 12,000 non-voters and explained that non-voters tend to have less faith in the system than those who do vote. It is important for public bodies to follow the law and be as transparent as possible in order to gain back trust from the public and encourage them to be more involved with their own community. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Public comment?
Good evening. My name is Pam Higgins. I'm a resident of Blue Island. And I have a situation that I want to bring to your attention. Maybe you can help me get a resolution. I live at 2812 141 Street, across from the Rec Center. I've been there 18 years. Prior to the pandemic, my neighbor that lives exactly behind me, an older lady, I'm assuming that she got sick. My backyard and her backyard meets. Okay. So about 3 years ago, all of her trees and bushes and debris has came over into my yard. So my husband and I went and got, stuff, put on a hazmat suit, and he went back there and he cut everything down. We did it 2 years in a row. Last year, I was the one that was instrumental giving a block party for the block. And I brought it to Brianne's attention. I said, I'm having a problem with the lady behind me. I don't know if anybody is living there, the debris, the trees, you can't see over my backyard because of all this debris. So we went about a drive-in movie theater. During the pandemic, we weren't going out. So when I put the theater, the setup in my yard, like right here, and where you guys are, all of her debris is covered over my fence. So I brought it to Brianne's attention. I told all the aldermen and everything, and they put a fine on the house. Okay, it takes 2 to 3 months before they have to respond. They go to court, they pay the fine, and then nothing was done. That was last October. So here we are again in July. And I've sent pictures to Rayanne. She referred me to James. I think he works in the police department. And he said he would take care of it. It has gotten so bad now that it's pushing my fence. So he said he would take care of it personally. Haven't heard from him since then. I went past the house. It is an orange sticker on there. But my question to you is, I pay somebody once a month to come and maintain my yard. My husband is older, he doesn't want to do it. So what is it that I have to do to try to get a resolution for this? Because I can't sit in my backyard. I don't know what else to do. I talked to everybody that I knew to talk to. I told my alderman, I told the guy at the center, because that's generally who I deal with, Dexter, and the guy that works at the center. But I don't know what else to do. It's not my responsibility to pay to have all of that done. I did it 3 years. I don't want to do it no more. So I'm trying to find out from you guys, what is it that I should do?
I can't answer anything right now. However, if you get in touch with Mark on the way out, contact information, I'll personally get involved in the situation.
You know, because I know that the lady that was there, she was a senior and she was ill, I get it. So for 3 years, we went back there and cleaned it up. You should see it now. It looks worse than it was. You know, I don't want to take matters into my hands and go back there again because now it has grown from the front of that desk all the way around here. When I put my movie theater on, all I see are all her weeds. They have manure over my fence. I drove past there on the way over here. It's even worse in the front of her house. And I don't even know if anybody lives there, but when they put the fine on it last year, somebody went to court, they paid the fine. So when I brought it up again, he said, well, it takes 2 or 3 months before you can even get a court date. So now here we are again, back to August, September, October. And I just think it's unfair to me not to be able to sit in my own backyard without having to clean up her mess. I did it for 3 years, so any information, any help that you could give, I would appreciate. I don't think it's my responsibility after 3 years to clean up her mess. If I can pay somebody $40 every 2 or 3 weeks to come and cut my grass, if somebody is living there, they have to know if they're not taking care of what's going on.
Like I said, we get mark information on the way out so we can look into it.
All right, let them know who you are. And Mayor, I need to add something to that as well, because the plants and foliage and all that is actually breaking her fence that they paid their money for fixed as well. So it's called not only making her uncomfortable in her own private setting, but it's, you know, damaging her property as well.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Not, I'm gonna move to, we have 2 swearing ins tonight.
Yes.
I, Timothy Sess,
Having been appointed to the office of sergeant
having been appointed to the office of sergeant
in the city of Blue Island,
in the city of Blue Island,
the county of Cook,
in the county of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of sergeant.
that I will faithfully discharge the duties of sergeant
To the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
All right. Congratulations. Right. I, Nicholas A. Madden,
I, Nicholas A. Madden,
have been appointed to the office of sergeant
have been appointed to the office of sergeant
in the city of Blue Island,
in the city of Blue Island,
county of Cook,
county of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
the Constitution for the state of Illinois,
that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of sergeant
that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of sergeant
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead, one more.
The other oath's office back, that's it?
That's it.
Do a couple minute recess, I know you guys don't want to stick around for the rest.
We got donuts in the back.
July 8th, the amount of $376,278.74. Can I have a motion? Motion by Alderman Key, second by Alderman Fairwell on the question. Not clerk, please do the roll.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya.
Aye.
Alderman McGee.
Aye.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
6 ayes.
Thank you. Next, we have a motion for approval of accounts payable. I need to amend it to include one of the alley receipts that was misplaced. So the new amount is $573,182.69. There's one check for Cave Masters, the amount of $7,380. Is there a motion? Motion by Alderman Montoya, second by Alderman Carr. On the question, Alderman Fairwell.
I didn't look at this, so later, so one quick question, maybe a typo. Easy Landscape has a invoice, $8,550, corner of breach on West Drive.
Triangle. I
Well,
know.
I kind of thought that was it, yeah.
They're gonna dig out that whole area.
Yeah.
Major.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
and it includes water. It
That looks nice, yeah, I figured that's what it was.
And it also leaves a little room for extra plantings, and I'm working with the balance.
Okay, good, thanks. That's right, thank you.
Any other questions? Not clerk, please do the roll.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya.
Aye. Aye.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
Six ayes, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carries. Next, we have, under item C, the resolution of the city of Blue Island, County of Illinois, authorizing, request for proposals for the sale and disposition of city-owned properties. These are the two additional properties that the city took ownership of over 2154 Road Street. What's the other one? I think the lot in Greenwood.
Greenwood, yeah, 124.
Yep, and then we are ready to post along with the ones that were not bid on from last month, this really be approved this time. And Alderman McGee, I hope maybe we can do some extra, just a couple times now on some of these properties. So we can put it out there, you know, they will.
Sounds good.
Back to the motion. Alderman Fairwell, second Alderman Roll on the question. Not clerk, please do the roll.
Alderman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya.
Aye.
Alderman McGee.
Aye.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
Six ayes, Your Honor.
Motion carries. Next, we have a motion to award the 2022 City of Blue Island Road Program projects, low bidder of Gallagher Asphalt Corporation in the amount of $2,600,279.74. Which came under the, way under the engineer's estimate. Is there a motion? Motion by Alderman Roll, second by Alderman Johnson on the question.
Really quickly, in our road program, I see Wood Street was removed, is that correct?
Wood Street was moved, we have the issue with Cal Park. We
Okay,
have to come do an intergovernmental agreement with that.
okay,
Plus there's some side conversations, there might be some other priorities.
okay.
And my suggestion is, because this is way under what we allocated to this budget here, which is great. And we still have a lot of meat on the bone and various funds this comes out of, not to mention any grants that are available. I'll be meeting with all the aldermen again. And the second round, obviously, Burke picked out the worst of the worst, now we might have some fluidity of how we pick the next ones, but I'd like to meet with everybody like I did a few months ago. And then we can walk your words while the weather's nice now. And possibly start planning for next spring. So,
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good selection of streets, so it's a good start. I was just dealing with Alderman McGee. I took the Bad Street map, or the street assessment map, and I drew words on it, I could see it. It became pretty obvious from that and it's no surprise to you, 5, 6, and 7 are real words. They're really, have a lot of motion, and it doesn't include my word. I'm not going there.
you got some in there too.
I got some in there too, but I can see 5, 6, and 7 really need attention.
And the two that were decided were on the funds, not even, we put them on the map so that we know they're getting done, but that's a separate line item on the budget, so. But this is great, this is something that's, I have any recollection, I talked to a retired employee that worked for the city in the 60s. The city has never done this many blocks in one season. In anybody's recollection, the excess of 50 blocks will be repaid with this bid. And hopefully we can get front of the line. The strike is supposed to end soon, is what my contacts in the industry are. And hopefully we can get this project done, so we're not in here in December, so put the streets down. So we need a roll call.
I got it.
Yep.
Just a question, Mayor. Francisco, was that Broadway? We have to, do I need to go to the city council meeting for Roberts to have their streets there?
So just like with Cal Park, yeah, we would have to do an intergovernmental agreement.
Right.
Pay it half and half, because we don't want to just pay it half. But same issue with like the Wood Street problem, we have to talk to the Robbins for next year.
Okay, so some of your
Yeah,
administration.
I'll talk to Mayor Ryan,
Yeah,
we'll go over there and talk.
okay,
It should be a no-brainer, we should get that done. And there's one street that's not on this, that is in this year's project, however, we haven't got approval from CDBG yet, which I believe is the one block of, New Street? New Street, we're waiting for county to get back on that, so we didn't include it in this bid, because we're not sure if we got those funds, so that's why that one's getting. All right, roll call.
Alderman Johnson.
aye,
Alderman Fairwell.
Aye.
Alderman Montoya. Alderman McGee.
Aye.
Alderman Carr.
Aye.
Alderman Roll.
Aye.
Thank you. And I just want to stress this again, I'm sure other aldermen have the numbers on this. We're at what, around 50,000 a block, when in comparison, Collins Street costs us nearly 400,000. Economy of scale worked out in our favor immensely for this. I was shocked along with the engineer where the bids came in. We were thinking 3 to 4. So someone's looking out for us. So let's just hope everything is done right.
yeah, it could be that great salary that we saved as a city for cutting back to $7.
Oh yeah, that's probably what it is. It's getting done. We're gonna get it done. So, thank you. Under my comments, I already kind of talked about the streets. I do have an update, which, we lost a truck from one truck was stolen, a plow truck was stolen. Bill from the mechanics went to look at a used truck for sale, locally, for a decent price in this market. So I was gonna bring it up tomorrow, I'll bring it up today. We're gonna purchase that truck for well under value. I mean, it's way less. International still doesn't know if we're getting any of the 4 trucks we ordered this season. So this truck would just bring us up to where we were last season. So we lost the truck where it can't be repaired from that one that was stolen. So I just wanted to give you an update on that. And I'll talk more about Public Works tomorrow, but Phil has stepped up and has done a great job of filling the gap. And we should be okay with the crew we got. Everybody's still there, everybody's doing their jobs. And it's just more of just getting used to one man taking the phone calls for everybody now. So, and we're working on that position. So, all right, City Clerk.
There'll be a movie will be filmed this month sometime. The details are coming. We don't really have them yet, but they've called and they're working out the details now. There'll be a block party on 119th and Maple on July 30th. The Hometown Heroes, the first round, we have 37 banners that are up right now. And on my desk to be sent to the flag company tomorrow is another 35. So 72 banners will be up for the next weeks. TGIF collaborators will be there this Friday. The farmers market is up and running. There's several vendors who come and support them. Right now, we are planning on October 1st. We met with Mr. Johnson and Mr. Jackson to do a community health fair October 1st down at the rec center. So that's still the planning stages. The vehicle stickers, I think we're updating on the, we're up right now at 150 stickers, which is great. I'd like to give a special shout out to the Blue Island Police, the Blue Island Fire, the Park District, Airline Towing, and Bad Bomber, and a special to the Public Works that never stopped working for the fireworks. So the minute they got there, the minute after we left, they were still there cleaning up. And for the mayor for being on my side the whole day.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Thank you. Treasury report is everybody good. I can push this to the next meeting. This was not on the agenda. We will push it to vote on it next meeting, but I wanted everybody to get a copy of it. City council? Yep. City administrator? Anything? No. Okay. Alderman announcements, reports, or comments?
I reached out to Burke Engineering. I just wanted to, get his email address in order to send him the videos of some of the flooding that I've received new videos. But I wasn't able to contact him. Is it possible that we could have a representative from the engineering? Okay, I think they have like 150 employees.
Travis, he's come to our meetings, he's given everybody their cards. I got his email.
Okay, yeah.
That's our representative.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm just reaching out to Chris first myself.
Oh, my God. Let me send it. Anything else for Alderman Johnson?
Yes, Mayor, we having a nice turnout on Saturdays from 9 to 12 at the rec center for like fundamentals of basketball, but it's also kind of like stretching out to like kickball too for 30 minutes. It's absolutely free for children 4 to 14. But the issue came about or arisen because afterwards, I guess they had a couple of days last month scheduled for open gym for noon to 2:30, I think, on Saturdays. And it was quite a few young adults that work every day through the week. Saturday is the only day they actually can come to the gym. Mr. Jackson didn't have it open for them. Therefore, Mr. Buchanan, Officer Buchanan was there. He addressed a lot of them and their issues, but he called me back from the house to come back up there and talk to the young adults. So I spoke with Mr. Pataska earlier, and he said he was going to try to, work what he can to get that gym time back open.
We're looking into it, and I know you texted me the same information over the weekend.
Yeah.
One last thing, I wanted to applaud our fire department. Who we had a fire on the 120th place 100 block. They responded really quickly, as well as surrounding fire departments. All responded to the call, and I really appreciate the promptness and the amount of effort that they go to for our communities. So.
Anything else? We go to a short executive session, review some minutes. So we'll break for that. We're going to review some minutes. Motion to go to executive. Motion by Alderman Trammell, second by Alderman Roll. we're still short, though. Just hold it. I answered that one. Bill and mechanic, what did it say? It's working. It's gonna be red, it's not gonna match anything, but we don't care. We don't we'll plow the streets.
We're in, bro. We gotta have it do what I have to do.
All right, we need a motion to reopen regular session, motion by Alderman Fairwell, second by Alderman Johnson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
In executive session, we discussed the review executive session minutes. That's it. We have anything else? No, we have a motion to adjourn. Motion by Alderman Roll, second by Alderman